based in India or formed in India. These are some of the major organizations in India that are using mind maps. Biggest mind map in the world at the moment, for those of you of competitive nature. It's 3 by 4 stories, done in Singapore by 1,800 school children, their teachers, their parents, government officials as well, and business people. And it's a mind map of the 43-year history of modern Singapore. And it was done to show an ideal or iconic example of a mind map, as well as to give the history of the country also. So those are just some, and I emphasize some, of the examples. And you'll notice, are any of these personal mind maps the same as the others?
No.
No, they're not. Tremendously individual. So even though you are using the same laws, thinking laws, your own individuality flowers. And to put emphasis on that, Dharmendra has been, for just the last very few months, teaching 1,000 people around India. And he's just going to give you a quick summary of his experience from your own semester.
Thank you, Tony. Just one question. Will you be sharing a copy of this presentation?
I will not.
Very good.
I have shared it with you all day.
Dharmendra is enough to audible.
Should we get back to
People are here only. We are enough.
Get back to our seats.
Thank you for.
No, you. You have a choice. You can sit or you can stay close to the center.
Are you going to show some slides?
No, I don't have any slides to show. Just want to tell you about my experiences. I am a Think Buzan licensed instructor. I have recently stood first in a creativity test conducted among 15 Think Buzan licensed instructors internationally. I have been conducting mind map seminars for the last 1 year and have done 43 seminars and trained over 1,000 people from companies like Hindustan Unilever, Deutsche Bank, CNBC, and plenty of other Fortune 500 companies. I personally use mind maps very, very exhaustively in my personal life. I use them for planning my day, for planning meetings, for planning telephone calls, for planning my seminars, the flow of the seminars, the marketing of the seminars, the logistics of the seminars. So in just about every conceivable way. And it's also great thrill to have more than 100 testimonials on my website from various people across various designations, various ages, and various industries, telling me how mind maps have helped them boost their memory, their creativity, their concentration, their communication skills, and their overall intelligence. So thank you, Tony, for enhancing my intellectual capital and for assisting me in enhancing the intellectual capital of the entire country. I'm really grateful to you. Thank you.
Shukriya. And do take the opportunity at the end of the day to chat to Dharmendra about his experiences, especially those of you who are and have indicated your interest in attending the Learning How to Learn to Become a Licensed Instructor seminar. Now, our second guest speaker is unique in that this is one of the first companies in the history of business to have decided to operate the entire company on the basis of mind maps. And that company is Right Selection, and the co-founder and owner, president, CEO, managing director, and the person who has brought all of this to India is Gautam. Gautam, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Tony. Good evening, everyone. I'll ask a couple of questions before I share a few stories. When you go out in a networking opportunity, as we do as professionals, as entrepreneurs, what's the first thing you exchange when you meet someone for the first time? Visiting card, also known as a business card. So our business card, as in the first touch point between you and a prospect, has a mind map on the back of it. So that, instead of being traditionally given with all the details, goes in the pocket, goes in the database, and you may start receiving emails. Here, this stimulates a conversation, the very first instant, the very first touch point between you and a prospect. So that's where we start right from the roots. And my first very experience a week back with someone at the workshop with Tony, where I gave this, resulted in a 10-minute conversation where I was answering questions, which has now resulted in a very important meeting next week when I head back to Dubai. So that's just the first touch point. How many of you here run weekly or monthly meetings in your organizations? Virtually everyone's hand would go up, whether it's weekly, monthly, sales meeting, strategy meetings, as we do at Right Selection. Every Thursday being the day before the weekend in Dubai, we run a team meeting. We're a team of 8, and we run team meetings, or used to run team meetings in a very traditional way. Linear notes, flip charts, make ideas. But now, since the last 6 months, as a team, every single team member is a mind mapper. Every single team, the moment I introduced the mind mapping, it became an addiction, if I may say so, very contagious in a positive manner. And every team meeting we have every Thursday is run with mind maps. How many of you have introverts in your team? People who are shy, people who appear quieter than others? Again, most of our hands go up. As do we. We had 2 of our team members who are introverts. To me, every human being on earth, and there's no exception, has something to contribute. Contribute to on a personal basis, contribute professionally, contribute to society. But what it is that they just don't have the self-esteem or the confidence. To me, our 2 team members who are relatively quiet have now opened up tremendously and now contributing as much, if not even more. So to me, the weekly mind mapping session that we have, you can see the energy in the meetings is that much higher, the smiles on people's faces, the general positivity of the meeting. And to be more tangible, you may say, what are the tangibles? We used to generate 10 to 12 ideas, new ideas every meeting. Now we generate a minimum of 20 ideas every single week since January when we've implemented as a team. So the number of ideas has increased. Then you may say, okay, ideas is one, but strategy without implementation is no strategy at all. Implementation of these ideas, the team members are even more inspired, even more excited to implement the strategies that they learn, that they share, because they see the colors, the images, it adds a bit of fun, passion, excitement in the workplace. And that's the beauty of it, that we've now incorporated for our marketing plan, our business plan, personal goals, professional goals, our finances, the corporate goals for the year ahead, and each and every product and service we represent, whether it be Tony Buzan, whether it be Stephen London, the fish philosophy, any speaker, each product, each service, each speaker is a mind map. And the stimulation of idea generation, implementation, the excitement, passion, contributes significantly to our bottom line. And in a time, the last 3 years, where people have said has been a difficult time, our business has thrived. And that is tremendous thanks to Tony Buzan and mind mapping. So thank you very much.
Okay, in the last little while, I want you to start on your mind map, the mind map that is going to be your own personal mind map. Think of a good image, start on a fresh page, and make this a masterpiece. This is the mind map we've talked about all day that you will take away for your own benefit and that you may well continue to use for the rest of your life. The Governor General of the Bank of Malaysia, the central bank, when she was elected the governor of a bank that required a lot of change, mind mapped the whole future of the bank on one page over 10 years ago. And that mind map is still in her office and still runs what is now the #1 central bank in the world. So take the opportunity to start a really important mind map for you. It can be your organization, your own personal ideal future, your family, we mentioned wedding. It could be a mind map of your job. It could be a mind map of your company. Anything that is going to be useful for you starting now. those excellent qualities of the mind map that you have seen. You are supposed to be mind mapping how now? Mind map, mind map. Yeah, we've got some good central images. It's a fascinating looking mind map. No, no, no. After. Because you'll need to grade your own mind map on there. Good. Image. Always a picture, always a picture. Good, these are getting off to a good start. Make those main branches really organic and strong. Better every time. Remember, if you can fit a little image in anywhere, please fit it in. What I'd like you to do next is to discuss in groups of two what topic you've chosen, how far you've got with it, and what you intend to do to continue. When we've completed that exercise, I will formally close. But I have other books to sign as well, so I'm going to stay here for at least another 20 minutes after the formal closing. So if any of you want to stay and continue with your mind map, you are more than welcome to do so if you're kind of on a roll. But the function now is, in groups of two, explain to your partner what your topic is, where you've got, what the goal for this mind map is, and then you obviously change roles and your partner tells you. Okay, so with enthusiasm, starting now. You are more than encouraged to stay and continue to mind map. But let me ask you one final question. Leonardo da Vinci said that in some way, everything connects to everything else. How many of you agree with Leonardo that in some way, everything connects to everything else? Wonderful. So it's unanimous. Which means